Hey guys, I'm Mr. Bicen and I've been a maths teacher for the last 10 years, and today I want to tell you how you should be revising for your maths and further maths A-levels. So over my last 10 years of experience, I've given students lots of advice about how to revise for exams, and really there are just three things you need to know for revision for maths. One is understand, two is memorise, and three is practice. And I'm going to talk you through each of those three strands of your revision for your exams. So first of all, you obviously need to understand everything in the maths course before you can even think about achieving those top marks. And what's the best way of knowing how much you understand? Well, one of the ways that I recommend this is to just go to the contents page of the Pearson textbooks that you've seen me using in my videos, and just to kind of go through as a checklist and figure out what are the things that you know really confidently that you can kind of just tick off. What are some of the things that need a bit of recapping? And what are some of the things that you really don't understand at all? Sometimes when you look at a contents page, it might not even make sense to you what the particular title is talking about. So I just recommend flicking forward to that part and just seeing the kinds of questions in the exercise and trying to self-assess and figure out how much you know that content. Another way that's a really good technique to figure out what you don't understand is to take an exam paper that either you've self-marked or a teacher has marked for you and use this to identify the topics that need some more work. But what do you do after you've figured out which are the areas that you need some more revision or some more understanding on? Well, I would recommend going to find out the exact exercise that it is, going onto my channel, finding the video that you actually require that corresponds to that exercise, and really making sure that you've understood the concept behind it. One of the worst things I see people doing when they're trying to fill in the gaps of things they're not sure about is just copying out examples or just using Solution Bank or some of the answers to see if that will help them learn it. You really need to make sure you go back to the full teaching of that concept in order for you to be able to figure out what is actually at the heart of it, what it's actually talking about. So don't try and take any shortcuts here, because if you do, it's going to come back to get you in the future. So for the topics you're confident in, that's great. Understanding is already there. The ones that you might identify as needing a little bit unsure, they just need a bit of recapping, and we're going to deal with that in the second point, which is memorising. Now, I've made a series of videos, the everything you need to memorise for A-level maths and further maths, and really I've tried to summarise everything that needs to be committed to memory, everything that needs to be learnt by heart. These are a really good starting point, and what I would recommend doing is going to the Google Drive that I have and downloading the blank version of them, watching through the video and filling it all in, but then also printing off a couple of extra blank versions, and every now and then trying to fill in as much of it as you can do without referring back to your notes. You should space out how frequently you do this, because it shouldn't just be done in the days before the exam, it really should be spread out in those weeks beforehand. Because spaced retrieval has been shown in research to be the most effective way to keep stuff into your long-term memory. Other things you might find useful, using flashcards. You might like to print off that everything you need to memorise, I call it a memory page, and put that on your wall. I've also come across a website called Save All, which is a way of being able to create kind of virtual flashcards, and it will test you on the ones that you're not doing so well on, and it's all done using machine learning, so it's worth checking that out too. And just committing things to memory. If you watch my Everything You Need to Memorise video, I've kind of explained why I think it's so important in maths. It's not even just for doing well in the exam, it's really for deepening your understanding and being able to spot connections between topics. So the third one is practice. And out of the three, understand, memorise and practice, practice is probably going to be the biggest one. Maths really is a doing subject, and the best way to learn it is actually just to be practicing and doing questions. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to explain kind of like a hierarchy of how I see the kinds of questions that are available to you. And that's kind of in two groups. So the first one is going to be textbook style questions, and the second thing is going to be exam style questions and about how you should be using them. So kind of first on my list would just be the regular exercises that come up in the textbook. The reason I'm saying that these are probably not the best ones, but you should still be doing them, is because they focus on a really specific skill. So if there's something that you haven't understood and you just want to practice that, practicing that exact exercise is going to be the best thing. The second thing that I really like on that list would then be the mixed exercises, because they are more similar to exam questions and they bring in a lot of problem solving from lots of aspects of that chapter. After the mixed exercises, I would then recommend looking at the review exercises or some of the old spec questions. The reason I put these kind of review exercises and old spec questions together is because the review exercises in the textbook are mostly made up of the old specification questions. So they're similar format to the exam, but they are just less problem solving than the current specification. The fourth kind of thing I would suggest are these books that edXL have recently released, which are called practice books. This one is for pure year 2. I've got another one for applied year 2, and I think they've got them for year 1 as well. I'd only recommend buying these if you kind of feel like you've run out of questions from the regular exercises, the mixed exercises and the review exercises. And there are definitely students of mine who have kind of run out of questions and just want more practice. I prefer these ones to the unofficial ones just because they're written by the same kinds of people that would be writing the official exams as well. After these practice books, I would recommend using my Bicen Maths exam questions document that I've made, which you can find in the Google Drive on the About section of my YouTube channel. What I've done is I've taken all of the new spec exams and I've sorted the exam questions into different topics so that you can focus on one topic at a time. So that's kind of like the first half of what I would say for practice questions, all the stuff that's to do with specific chapters or specific units of maths that you're looking at. The second kind of half is actually just exam papers and the best sorts of ways to do this. Now, when you're doing exam papers or anything that's got marks, what you should do in terms of timings is multiply the number of marks by 1.2, and that's the amount of minutes that you would have on that for the exam. So the best place to probably find exam papers is just on Physics and Maths Tutor. There are 3 kinds of exam papers that I would recommend doing as full papers. The first kind of one I would say that's good to go for is the Naikermaths ones. Naikermaths are mostly old spec questions. They have quite a good range of topics, so I'd say that's kind of like the good entry point for that. The second thing I would recommend is having a look at like the past papers, the SAMs, which is the sample assessment materials, and the specimen papers. Those are all on Physics and Maths Tutor as well, and they're actually the kind of standard of questions you could expect to come across. And then the third type of exam paper that I would recommend is really for those of you who are aiming for those A-star grades. And really these are going to be coming from the MadasMaths papers, which are sometimes called the IYGB papers. These are also on Physics and Maths Tutor as well, and they are really challenging and they're good to kind of stretch you if you feel like you've thought of all of the different ways that questions could be asked. They are the most sort of curveball type questions, which is the best way to prepare for tricky exams. So after you finish doing one of those exam papers, self-mark it, see the topics you don't understand so well, and go back to point number 1, which is to do your understanding. Refer back to those videos, refer back to the exercises, and just keep practicing and practicing. And that's it. Okay, so that's how I think you should be revising for your maths and further maths A-levels. Understand, memorise, practice. If you've got any tips that you find useful, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what kinds of things you do that help you with your preparation. So if you found this video useful, I've got loads of other things that can help you prepare for your A-levels on my channel. I've got video tutorials for every exercise in all the textbooks for edXL Maths and further maths. And I've also got some videos that will help you for memorising some of that content. If you like this kind of stuff, do make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and good luck.